If you draw a picture that has multiple objects in it, it's a good idea, I think, to plan out ahead of time where each thing is going to be, because you want the composition to be balanced. If you start drawing too fast without planning it out first, you might get really deep into the picture and then suddenly realize that it's lopsided, or that you don't have room for something else you were going to put in there. And that's why when I first start drawing something, especially something that has like multiple pieces in it, I'll spend time just forming kind of little places where each thing is going to be, and think about it overall before I dive in, because I have in the past made the mistake of drawing a whole picture, getting really deep into a picture, and then realizing, oh no, I this thing is lopsided. There's too much stuff on one side and not enough stuff on the other, or whatever. So it's better, I think, to plan out everything ahead of time. At this point, you want to push down very gently with the pencil. You don't really want to make dark lines. You want to make very, very soft lines that you can easily erase. That way you can kind of move things around as much as you need to. Whenever people are watching me draw, it does create a kind of awkward experience, because the first few minutes it doesn't really look like I'm drawing anything. It just looks like a bunch of little cloudy things on the paper. But there is a reason behind it. It works a lot better. It's a lot better to plan out everything ahead of time and know where each thing is going to be, than to, like I say, get really deep into the project and realize you've put stuff in the wrong place. And trust me, I've done that before in the past, so I know what I'm talking about. Now, if you look at the way the body of the lamp is made, if you can call it that, I don't know what that part is called, but the actual hardware of the lamp, it has like different sections to it. And then obviously the light bulb, which is at the top, shines directly down onto it. So each section of the lamp body would have like a really dark shadow directly underneath it. And I'm trying to represent that here. By the way, this is my living room you're looking at. And the plant is a gift from some good friends of mine. And it's in a ceramic container with a sort of dimpled surface, and I'm trying to represent that with the dots here. And that's my phone also. That's my landline phone with an answering machine. I do have an iPhone. I mean, I make my videos with the iPhone, but I grew up with a landline, and I can't live without one. It just seems strange to not have a real phone that's plugged into the wall. You can laugh at me, but that's just how I am. It's fun to draw robots, and it's fun to draw alien landscapes and nightmare creatures, but it's also fun to draw everyday things. There's a certain beauty in things that you might think of as boring. I'm just drawing a table in the corner of my living room, and it's like a journal entry almost. Someday I might want to look back at this and remember what my living room used to look like. There's something beautiful about that, in a way. Speaking of everyday life, there's a dog in my neighborhood who will not shut up. And I really hope that you can't hear him barking in this video. So you've got plenty of light that is hitting the surface of the table. The tabletop is covered with light, but then directly under the edge of the tabletop, you've got shadow and you've got darkness. So I'm coloring that part in. And of course the table is made of wood, so I'm making some little streaks across the tabletop to give the indication of wood grain. and then you think about the wall behind the table. So there's light that's shining out of the bottom of the lampshade, which creates a kind of rounded arch shape of light on the wall, and then up above that everything is dark. I don't know when I'm actually going to post this video, but today, the day that I'm recording it, is St. Patrick's Day. And early this morning I put my cat in the pet taxi and I took him to the vet because he was scheduled to be neutered today. And it did not go well. When I brought him into the vet's office, I opened the door to the pet taxi and he shot out and went running all around the room, jumping on tables, jumping off tables. And then he climbed a window. He ran up the blinds and he hung on the top of the window frame, making all kinds of noises that I've never heard him make before. And I was afraid to pull him down because I was afraid he would claw my eyes out. But he eventually came down from the top of the window and he went back into his pet taxi, and I shut the door quickly. And I apologized to the vet. But that was the last I saw him today. I dropped him off, and I am hoping that when I go to get him again, he will still be friends with me. So that's where I am right now. Anyway, that's all I've got. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good day. You can check out my books at currylibrary.com. Thank you very much.